Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to set up custom OAuth scopes in AWS Cognito for multiple app clients. Something I struggled to do and didn't find any tutorials for. Here's the problem. Let's say you're building an application where different clients need different levels of access to your API. Maybe you have a mobile app that only needs read access to user data, but your admin dashboard needs both read and write permissions. With Cognito's default setup, all your app clients get the same basic scopes, which means you can't implement proper least privilege access control. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create a resource server with custom scopes, attach different scopes to different app clients, and work around Cognito's quirks to get everything working properly. So let's dive in and get this set up. Let's go over to Cognito. Let's go ahead and create a user pool. We're just going to do a traditional web application. Let's select email for a sign-in identifier. And let's create the user pool. Okay, so now our user pool is created. Let's check it out. Let's go to our app client. Let's go ahead and create ourselves a user. Let's click create an account. Let's put in our email address. Use a strong password. And let's sign up. I went ahead and grabbed the verification code from my email. So let's paste that in here and confirm our account. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab the login code that we got as a result of authenticating here. And we've got some code to the side over here. And yeah, our authorization code, we're going to put that in there. And we have to get the client ID, the Cognito domain, the client secret. So let's go grab those three things. So let's grab the client ID, the Cognito domain, go down here, it's over here. And the client secret is up here. Let's grab that. And now we should be able to make a request. So we're making a request to get an OAuth token to the Cognito domain. And we're passing in the client ID and the client secret. And yeah, we're asking for an authorization code. Yeah, the appropriate headers. And so we get the response. And then we use this JWT library to decode the access token, and let's see what we get. So yeah, we got the client ID, it matches up here. And so the scopes that we got are these default scopes that Cognito provides us. But the whole point of this video is we want to use some custom scopes. So let's see how we can do that. So what we have to do is we have to create a resource server and create those custom scopes. So let's go ahead and do that. So to create a resource server, we go down here to domain and we create a resource server. I'm just going to call it test, and the identifier I'm going to use test as well. And let's add some custom scopes here. So let's add a read scope. We'll say grants read access, and then let's add a write scope, and this grants write access. And create our resource server. And so we created it. So now let's go and attach one of these scopes to our app client. So let's go to the app client. Let's go to do that. We go to login pages. And then we edit the manage login pages configuration. And then we go down here to custom scopes. And so we're going to add, let's just add the read scope for this app client. So let's save it. And so now, yeah, let's fetch the token for this client and verify that we get the read scope. So let's log in as the client. Go up and pull the authorization code. And let's paste that in here. And so let's make a request to get the token with this authorization code. So let's do that. And look at that, the scope that we got back. It has those default Cognito scopes, but it also has this test read scope that we just created. So now let's create a different app client with a different scope. So to do that, let's go back over here. Let's create a new app client. And it's just going to be a traditional web app client again. Let's create it. And so now you would think all we have to do is just go to login pages and add the scope, which let's just do it because we're going to have to do that anyway. So yeah, for this app client, let's add the read and the write scope for this client. It's a more permissive client. Let's save those changes. So now all we should have to do is just log in as that user and then grab the authorization code and then make a request for the token. But you'll see when we try to view the login page for this new app client, Cognito complains and says this login page is unavailable. Please contact administrator. So to get this working for another app client, it works for the first one you create, but not for the second one. You have to go and create a different managed login style. So that's here on this page. It's under managed login here. And so, there's only a style for this first app client. So let's go ahead and create a style for the app client that we just created, which is this one. Let's create that. Okay, we created a style for it. So now when we go to manage login here, we have a style for both app clients. So now let's see if we can get that authorization code for this new app client. Okay, so yeah, now it's not giving us that error. So let's sign in. And now let me just go back here and let's just copy this code and paste it down here to see that we're making two different requests. And let's grab that authorization code and let's paste it in here. And so now we have a new client ID and a new client secret for this new app client. So let's go grab those. So this is our new app client. So we're gonna grab the client ID for this one and we're gonna paste it here. And let's grab the client secret as well. It's a different client secret. The Cognito domain is the same thing because if you just go here, the domain is shared across the app clients, so that doesn't change. So now we should be able to make this request for the OAuth token and see the scope. So let's do it. And so if you look at it, the scopes that we got both the read scope and the write scope, which is what we set out to do. So yeah, just to recap, we created this first app client here with just the read scope, and we see that here. Logged in as got the authorization code, and then we created a separate app client with the read and the write scopes, and we were able to request a token and be granted those scopes. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you guys later.